Hey guys, Jeremy here with Simple Little Life, and welcome to Viewer Knives number 11. This week we're going to look at 20 different makers' blades, so let's get started. The first knife we'll look at is sent to me by Borislav, and he is from Bulgaria. He's been a knife collector for over 15 years, and he figured it was time he started making his own blades. This was his very first finished knife, and even that handle material, the scale material there, he made that himself. So Borislav, this is a great looking blade. Thank you for sending this in. Alright, this next knife was sent to us from Marco, and he is from Rouyn-Noranda, Quebec. This is the 7th knife that he's made, and the handle there is actually made from 4 different pieces of oak. So really comfortable looking palm swell there, very interesting shape. I really like this knife, Marco. You did a great job making it. Alright, this next knife has an incredible story behind it. Just have a listen to this. So this was made by a 37-year-old who lives in Toulon, France. He's in the French military, and he forged this blade out of the leaf spring, as well as the handle scales. They were made from the oak from a Land Rover. Now, he was actually in that Land Rover when it was destroyed, when they drove it over a landmine in the Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire. That is unbelievable. So, Vincent, first of all, thank you for your service. Second, we're so grateful that you're safe. And third, thank you for making this knife and sharing this incredible story with us. That is one of the most amazing stories I've ever heard behind a viewer's knife, and it's just incredible to think about that as we look at these pictures of the knife. So to all our service people out there, we thank you. Stay safe, and Vincent, this is a fantastic looking knife. Next, age 333, at least that's what his email name is a 13-year-old knife maker from Finland. He made this from 4mm thick metal, and the handle is made from oak. Very nice looking blade, really like the shape there. 13 years old, what a fantastic job. Keep up this great work. Jacob is a 16-year-old blacksmith and bladesmith from the Netherlands. He was 14 years old when he discovered blacksmithing. He had made knives before that, and he has his own little shop now. He made this sword, and it took him about 20 hours to make. The guard and the palmer were forged from a leaf spring, as well as the blade. He ground that out from a large leaf spring. In his email, he says, I hope you can appreciate this, although it's not a knife. Jacob, absolutely, I appreciate this. We all do. This is so cool. Keep up this very, very good work. These next 3 knives were sent to me from Jay, and he is a knife maker from South Carolina. He makes most of his knives by hand with files, sandpaper, and he also has a belt sander that he uses from time to time. He makes all of his knives in a small little shed shop in his backyard. It just proves the point that you don't need a lot of room to make knives. These are great looking blades. Jay, thank you so much for sending these in. Connor is a 14-year-old knife maker, and this is the 3rd knife that he's made. I think this looks fantastic. I really like the shape, great looking finish on there, and what a wonderful usable blade. It looks really comfortable as well. So Connor, what a fantastic job. Keep it up. Next we go to Balgonie, Saskatchewan, and Carter is a 15-year-old knife maker. He's made all these knives out of leaf springs. He forged them himself, and he said in his email he loves waking up every morning and going out to the shop to make knives. Carter, me too. That is really cool to hear. You're doing fantastic work. Keep it up, and thank you for sending these in. Michael is a 14-year-old knife maker from Kenya, and he says that this channel has inspired him to make a knife for his dad. That means a lot to me. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate it. This knife was made entirely with hand tools and a milk churn furnace. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds really cool. All the materials were recycled. The pins were made from an old badminton racket, the scales were cypress from an old cabinet that he had, and the steel he found in his grandmother's house. He put it all together and made this really cool knife for his dad. So, Michael, what a fantastic looking knife, a truly inspiring story, and thank you so much for sharing it with us. Keep making knives, keep inspiring us and yourself. You're doing awesome. From Kenya, let's head over to Germany, and these are knives made by a 15-year-old knife maker, Jonathan, and there's a couple of blades that he's made. He actually has a YouTube channel, and I'll put a link to that in the description below. These knives are really, really cool, very, very intentional and elaborate in their design, and the execution is done really well too. So Jonathan, keep on making these wonderful knives. You're doing an excellent job. These are really cool looking blades. Alexander is an 18-year-old knife maker from Normandy, France, and this is one of his recent knives that he's made. This is a kirdashi he made from an old saw blade, and the wood is actually from an apple tree. So, Alexander, this is a great looking blade. In his email, he says, I like what you do, and I'll tell you this, Alexander, I like what you do as well. Thank you for sharing this. And back to Germany we go. This is from Emmanuel, who's 13 years old. These are his 2 recent knives. One is a customized Opnil number 8. I don't know the correct way to pronounce Opnil. And the other one is a knife that he made. Both are razor sharp. He's really proud of them. Emmanuel, this is so cool. 13 years old to be doing stuff like this. You're doing so good. Keep up this awesome work. Zoltan is a 26-year-old knife maker from Hungary, and these are his first 3 knives. The first one he made from some unknown steel from a friend's neighborhood. The handle is plum wood. The cleaver style knife that he made is of a 440C and he heat treated it in a charcoal forge. The handle is red Kulaba burl. And the Santuko is 01 that he heat treated in his DIY electric furnace, which is really cool, and he used African ebony wood for the scales. Very nice looking blade, Zoltan. Keep up this incredible work. Shivas from Chardon, Ohio sent pictures of this, his first knife made from 1/4 inch 01 tool steel and G10. This is a great looking blade. I really like the full flat grind and such a great utilitarian shape. Very nicely done. Alright, this next email cracked me up. This is from a 12-year-old from Norway, and he said that it would be funny to try and build a knife in less than a half an hour, and it worked. And that is literally all the email said. Really cool looking blade. George, really cool to see you challenge yourself and rise to the occasion and meet that challenge. Great work. Peter is a 30-year-old knife maker from the Netherlands. He's been blacksmithing as well as his father and his brothers, and he has forged some knives. I'd love to see those ones too, Peter. But this is the one knife that he made with the stock removal method. Really great looking blade. Like the look of the shape and very nicely done, especially with that two-toned wood there. Excellent work, Peter. Thank you for sharing this with us. Ryan is a 29-year-old knife maker from southern Indiana. Just a really wonderful email he sent me talking about the importance of teaching others. He's a father of 2 and he can't wait to teach the kids all that he knows, so that is so cool. And obviously you have a lot to teach them. These knives look absolutely fantastic. I love this attention to detail and all this, the fancy inlays, and just what an incredible amount of work and very well executed. So Ryan, thank you for your email. Thank you for sharing these pictures with us. This is truly inspiring work. Thank you. Alright, Jacob from the Czech Republic sent pictures of this knife. He said it is from titanium and he used absolutely no power tools with the exception of a cordless drill. Really great looking little blade here. I like this work, Jacob. Thank you for sharing it with us. William is a 17-year-old knife maker from Denmark, and these blades right here, these were the very first knives that he made when he was actually 12 years old. They were purchased blades and he put the handles on them and made the sheath. Really fantastic looking. And then fast forward a few years and this is one of his more recent knives. The micarta for the handles is handmade from denim, and he actually has hidden stainless steel pins in it, and the blade is stainless steel as well. So William, what fantastic looking work. It's really cool to see that, you know, you start when you're 12 and you're still making incredible knives, just getting better and better with time. Keep up this great work. From Ontario, Canada, Guillaume sent a picture of this, the first knife he's made, and it turned out fantastic. Very nicely done, Guillaume. Thank you for sharing this with us. Well, let's wrap up this edition of Viewer Knives by looking at some blades from a retired paratrooper from the 82nd Airborne Division, now a disabled veteran. JD has been making knives in his little homestead in Damascus, Arkansas. You know, he needed a way to kind of come up with some money, and he remembers his dad making a few knives when he was a child, so he started doing some general blacksmithing, then added bladesmithing, kind of just started making knives a little here and there, and he's actually really busy doing it now, so that is really awesome to see. JD, thank you so much for your service to your country. Thank you for the service of these knives and for sharing these with us. This is absolutely fantastic. Really like seeing these knives you make. You're doing fantastic work, and I'm honored to feature your knives on this channel. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Viewers Knives. I think we featured like 20 different knife makers in this one, so we're definitely trying to get caught up. But if you'd like to have your knife featured on this channel, just email me, jeremy@homesteadknives.com, and we will get it featured. Give it a thumbs up to this video. Show your support for all these incredible makers. It is so inspirational to see what you guys are doing out there. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.